Silverstone Media TV. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Silverstone Media TV. Let's talk. Hi, this is Let's Talk, and I'm Caroline Stevens. And today we have a very, very special guest. I'm really privileged to have this guy on today. So let me tell you a bit about him. I'm looking at his bio now. Singer, songwriter, international session man, vocal coach, vocal arranger, percussionist, producer, musical director, actor, and Guinness World Record holder. This guy is internationally regarded as one of the finest international session vocalists ever. And even as a songwriter, co-wrote a #1 hit for NSYNC. So without further ado, let me introduce you to T Green. Hi T.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. So good to have you on the show today. So tell me, what haven't you done?
What haven't I done? I haven't gone to the moon yet.
But that's possible.
Although I have been over the moon a few times.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
But at the moment I think I'm under the moon.
Funny. So yeah, so this show is basically just a general chat show. Let's talk. Let's talk about life. Let's talk about you. Shall we start by asking you about your career? I mean, what got you into singing? Was it something you were born singing, or what happened?
Well, my grandmother used to sing in a pub in Tottenham. Sorry, my great-grandmother. And my great-uncle was a pianist. And then my mother used to sing in bars. And my dad was a trumpet player.
Wow.
None of that wiped off on me because I spent my entire childhood listening to sort of Johnny Cash, which did me no favours at that point, because it wasn't what I wanted to listen to, I can assure you. But now I think he's come back into vogue, hasn't he? But I think at school we had two choices, either football or you had to go in the music room. Well, I tried the football, and to be honest, my idiosyncrasies weren't that clever. So the only time I ever got the ball was in the crutch or on the back of the head. And I thought, well, I'm not doing that. I'm going to the music room. There's only so many times that can happen. So I went in the music room. And funny enough, when I was a child, I used to stutter very, very, very badly. And I mean badly. It'd take me half an hour to say hello, you know. But when I sang, I suddenly realised that I didn't stutter anymore.
You know, that's very common, isn't it? I think Gareth had the same problem.
Yeah, well, I coached Gareth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's the thing, you see, because when I first met him, I said, I'm going to have to tell you now, I stutter as well. So if I do stutter, don't think I'm taking a mickey.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he won't give me a right hander or something, you know. So, yeah, I mean, school wasn't the best place for me in the world, you know. I mean, because I stuttered, I was a target on a daily basis.
Yeah, of course, bullying. I mean, how did that affect you? Was you bullied constantly?
Oh, every day. The day I started to the day I left, almost. Until they realised I could sing, and suddenly, you know, that was something that they couldn't do. I was their mate all of a sudden, you know.
Yeah.
Before that, you just have to keep your head down, keep out of the way, you know, it's a nightmare.
Can I ask you then, obviously you suffered through bullying, so what would you say to kids now at school who are bullied? I mean, it's a real big issue, bullying.
Well,
even some children have committed suicide over it. So
I know.
Is there any advice that you would give those kids who are bullied?
Well, I would say they need to talk to somebody. It's something they should never ever bottle up.
No.
And keep to themselves. I mean, obviously, you know, the last thing they want is mummy and daddy running up, you know, with their little Johnny, making them look smaller than they are. But I think, to be honest, a bully is a coward, and there are more than one ways to sort of skin a cat, so to speak.
Of course.
You know, but it's horrible. In every walk of life, there, you know, you get men that try to bully women in the office or in the workplace.
Yeah.
And you get, you know, and you get parents that try and bully the children into doing
it's
careers,
an awful thing.
But the most evil thing is children. You know,
I agree.
They've got no boundaries, have they? They will say whatever it is in their head. You know, and if you've got a funny eye or a funny leg, they're going to tell you about that, whether you like it or not.
Of course.
So, you know, but I think at the end of the day, you need to tell somebody.
Of course. But thank goodness you got through that. You got through that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about. So you leave school. What do? You start doing gigs, pubs. You join a band. What do you do?
Well, I was in the school band for a little while, and then when I left school, I worked for my dad, or my mum and dad. We had our own business, a hand bookbinder, which is all the leather books.
Yeah.
Done in gold, and he used to
Oh,
write all the
lovely.
books for, the palace, and
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I think he'd done a load of books for the British Museum, where they had to all be alarmed because people were going in and coming out with them under their arms, So, but to be honest, it wasn't my cup of tea. It was
No.
a family business. I could have walked straight into it, had what I wanted. All I was doing was looking at the clock. As soon as it got to 5 o'clock, I'm out the door, And there used to be a local band in a pub called the Green Man Leytonstone, with a band called Deep Feeling. And at 16, I was lucky I had a hairy chest. So I used to open my shirt, pretend I was 18, and they let me in. So, and I used to just sit and look at all these guys, and they were all in their 30s, and they were marvellous, And I learnt a lot from doing that,
And it's all down to your hairy chest.
all down to my hairy chest. It was. Yeah,
And is your chest still hairy? May I ask? It is. Can we see it?
That's another conversation.
You went on to have an amazing, amazing career in the music industry. As I've already said, singer, songwriter, session man, vocal coach. I mean, what haven't you done?
Yeah.
But life's been bad this last year that's just gone, hasn't it, for musicians and singers and performers?
Yeah. Well, I haven't done a gig since February the 28th.
Unbelievable. And I mean, how has that affected you? Obviously from a professional point of view and also a personal point of view.
There's two things. I think, well, I've learned to stop worrying about things I can't control. And I've had to do that for health reasons, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because it's no point stressing about stuff you've got no control over. So, yes, I mean, it's been tough. I've lost nearly 100 gigs, private parties, weddings, paid for, all abroad on cruises, you name it. I could have had some nice times, but at the end of the day, when you see what's going on with these poor people, I'm like, a big part of me has quite enjoyed the rest.
Yeah.
For a little while, let the brain heal. Let's have a new set of brain cells kick in. See what else comes out. So I've been kind of looking forward to having a clean slate, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the word reset because people might get the up about that these days, but a reset, if you know what I mean, in here.
Yeah, I understand.
So it's been a long sort of a pit stop.
Yeah.
okay,
Basically, it's give you time to rethink future plans, maybe,
And also, I think where I've been in the studio a lot, most of my career has been a lot of studio work, and then all of a sudden now I think, I'm done with studios for a while. I love studios because, you can control what you want to do, but going live and getting that feedback from an audience.
Yeah,
is
you
another
can't beat
feeling.
that.
And I've been enjoying that a lot recent years. And there was a few gigs I was doing that I wasn't really keen on doing, but I did it because that's all there was,
Yeah.
And now I'm starting to think, well, you know what? I'm just going to do what makes me happy.
That's great. So,
because I think I'll live longer that way.
yeah. So getting on to what makes you happy, tell me a little bit more about this Christmas single that you put out, which we're actually going to play in a minute.
Okay.
So what made you choose that song and what made you choose that charity?
Well, that charity is one of the main charities, trying to end homelessness.
Oh, wow.
And I've seen a few other people do things, and I said, what's that charity all about? And they explained it to me. I thought, I'm going to do something like that. Anyway, I wasn't planning on necessarily doing it last Christmas, but I had a show to do on the 19th of December, a live show. And I thought, oh, that's good. And then he said to me, can you sing a Christmas carol for us? And I went, yeah, of course. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do? And then I remember this track that I found about 25 years ago. And it was a wonderful version of a song called Silent Night. And I suddenly remembered it and thought, I'm going to do that, because that's the way you want to sing a Christmas hymn, not the old mundane way,
Yeah.
This is, so I kind of tried to recollect that, and I've done my version of it. Anyway, I've done all the music, which cost me some money, which is fine because I was earning some money at this gig, so you've got to invest to,
of course,
in your career. So I got cancelled 2 days before because of Tier 4. I thought, well, I'm not going to wait another year before I can use this track. So I just got a quick vocal on it, try and do a video, which we did. Did it with an iPad and a torch, with a friend of mine, Juanita.
Yeah, the video's great.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't believe we'd done it with a video and a torch. We was working on it till 5 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Eve. We put it up online noon Christmas Eve. But a couple of days before, I said to some people, and I said, how can I get this up online quick? And a friend of mine said, oh, I'd do that. So it's straight up on Amazon.
It's absolutely brilliant. And
thank you.
So where can people download this?
Well, as far as I'm aware,
and buy
it. There's a link at the bottom. I think if you go on to YouTube, you'll find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
At the bottom, there's a link. Yeah.
Okay. So remember, everybody, go to YouTube, look for Silent Night, T Green, and at the bottom there will be a link where you can buy it for a great worthy cause. So let's have a listen to it now, shall we?
Yeah, thank you.
That was great. Really enjoyed that. It's brilliant. I hear a little birdie told me that you're also recording a new single that's going to be out sometime in March, an original song.
I am indeed.
Can't wait to hear that one. So what are you going to do with that one? You're going to release it worldwide, iTunes, all this,
This year we've got a bit more time now, so we're going to plan it properly, get it on all the platforms, do a few more interviews and make people more aware of it. I'm going to try and do a nice video and get some PR on it, rather than what I did.
When you say a few more interviews, will you actually come back and do another interview with me to about the new single?
If the money's right.
Well,
I'm only joking, yeah.
There's not a lot of money in the kitty.
Of course I will.
We talk, but we don't talk money.
No, but we know that.
Money's out of the question. So yeah.
Listen, for you, my lovely, anytime.
Oh, I know. Thank you. So, future plans, personally, read this pandemic lockdown. I mean, how do you feel about it all?
I've tried not to think about it. I just think at some point the powers that be will have to do something for us, because I think we are what makes the world go round. We are the people that make people not depressed. We are the reasons people go to work all week to go out and enjoy it, and we entertain them. We if I go out of a night time and make somebody's night, one person, I've done the job. So if you do that to 10,000 people or 500 people or even 50 people, you've done the job. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, I agree.
We are the people that make you happy. We are the people that
music makes the world go round.
Makes you want to dance. So they can't ignore us. Can't ignore us for too long.
I shall look forward to that. And on that note, shall we hear some more of your great voice and your great music?
Nothing stays the same. Everyone must change. No one stays the same. There's not too many things in life we can be sure of, except rain comes from the cloud, sun lights up the sky, and hummingbirds do fly. I would not lend a hand. I've seen your face before, my friend, but I don't know if you know who I am. Well, I was there and I saw what you did. I saw it with my own two eyes. So wipe up that grin, I know where you've been. It's all been a pack of lies. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. I've been waiting. People say I'm the life of the party, 'cause I tell a joke or two. Although I might be laughing loud and hearty, deep inside I'm blue. So take a good look at my face. You'll see my smile looks out of place. If you look closer, it's easy to trace the tracks of my teeth.
So you will let me know when your first new gig is going to be in the future. And can I get a free ticket?
You certainly can. Front row seat.
Thank you. I'd like to say thank you very much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Pleasure.
Before we go, if you could sum up in maybe one or two sentences for all musicians and young singer-songwriters out there, what advice would you give them carrying on for the future with their music and, this situation with the pandemic?
Like I said, use this as a rest. Get your mind straight. Be kind of focused on where you want to be and what you want to do and who you want to do it for, apart from yourself, of course, which is the most important thing. And try not to do anything that makes you unhappy. Don't sing songs you're made to do. Do songs that light your fire. That way, if they are hits and you're going to have to sing them for 25 years, you're not going to end up being a miserable person.
No, absolutely. That's brilliant. T, thank you so much for being on Let's Talk. Love you loads.
You're very welcome. My pleasure. Thank
Bye.
you. For having me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Silver Storm Media TV. Let's Talk. Well, thank you all for watching tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. Next week, we have TV celebrity Simon Gross, who appeared in Hell's Kitchen, X Factor, and Big Brother. Let's Talk. And he's going to be telling us all what goes on inside that Big Brother house. See you next week. Let's Talk. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Silver Storm Media. Silver Storm Media TV. Let's Talk.